Alright folks, welcome to another beer review. Really weak voice on that intro. And yeah, looking like a dishevelled, slightly backward Amish person. Had a little bit of a storm, got caught in the rain. Do I care? No, I do not. Just do myself some chicken in the air fryer. Got some bagels. Well, I've took them off the toaster for now because I don't want to get, carried away, whatever. That's not the word I was looking for. Turn of phrase I was looking for. So you can hear the air fryer in the background. It's not actually frying at the moment because we all know that this video is probably going to go on for like 10 to 15 minutes. But, so was in my local Tesco's and this beer caught my eye from Vocation when it wants to focus. So this is the double Tonka Frappe, which is a Tonka latte stout, 8% ABV, combining the best parts of a freshly brewed latte with the complexity and depth of a well-crafted stout. The addition of Tonka Beans gives a unique and delicious flavour unlike anything you've ever tasted. Sticky coffee vanilla. A rich, full-bodied stout infused with Tonka beans and a complex sweetness and a depth of flavour with notes of coffee, vanilla caramel and chocolate. Have they used coffee in this? Because I've had a couple of sort of like coffee-inspired beers or named beers that actually don't have coffee in them. So we shall see. And yeah, absolutely love the combination of coffee and beer. So I had a couple of beers tonight. Let's see what we get with this one. I think this is 8% ABV. I shall just double check. Although by the time I've actually come around to say what the ABV is, you probably already see it. Yeah, 8% ABV. So yeah, very nice to see a beer like this available from the supermarkets. And I would say not to go on a whole diatribe of supermarket, blah, 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 blah. Because I do buy quite a lot of beers from supermarkets, especially ones that take my eye and ones that I know are going to taste really good. I was gutted that they'd sold out of Heathen because that's a beer that's just always been amazing. So yeah, it's really good to see some nice coffee beers available in the supermarkets. Of course, you've got like a Grind from Brewdog, which is very good. And we all know that Vocation can brew really, really nice dark beers. So we shall see what we get with this one. Beer in Le Glace, looking really damn nice. I've got a feeling it's got some really dark, deep brown notes. But to me, in this lighting, looks pretty much jet black. And it seems to look jet black on the screen of my camera phone. One thing is worth of a nice beige compact, almost creamy yet foamy looking head. Looking very nice indeed. Not gonna lie, got a phlegm bubble that keeps flaring up. Not that you needed to know that. So let's see what we get on the nose. Well, you're definitely getting that Tonka. Oh man, you are getting loads of Tonka. Oh, it smells absolutely wonderful. There's a little bit of like a roasted coffee coming through. Oh man. That just smells so nice. It's almost more like desserty or cakey, I would say. But yeah. It's like sort of like a dark roasted vanilla aroma, which I usually get from Tonka. Which almost has like a slight... Obviously vanilla's sweet, Tonka's sweet, but Tonka seems to have this sort of like earthiness to it. On my backwards palate anyway. Oh man, it's really aromatic, this one. Sort of like all of those really nice warming autumnal spices you'd get in like a a dry cake mix. It smells really damn good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, folks. Exactly what you would expect something described as a double Tonka Frappe to taste like. You know, it's got that sweet, like, I know I love coffee, but I also like going to places like Starbucks. Can't lie. I'll always try like independent cafes and coffee roasters as much as I possibly can. But sometimes with like all the big gimmicky seasonal sorts of coffees from Starbucks where it's just like full of like cream and flavourings and blah 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 blah, to me, I just really like it. And I'm getting that. It's like almost got that sort of like syrupy, not synthetic as such, but do you know what I mean? Like really enhanced, not reined in, that's not the right word. Two mistakes trying to describe one tasting note, but do you know what I mean though? Because like when you get like something that's like flavoured or like a coffee syrup of some description, it's really intensified as to what that flavour is trying to portray. And I'm kind of getting that with this. The Tonka is, if you don't like Tonka, you're going to hate this beer because it's really prominent. Not to the point where it's overpowering, but it's really rich. I could see if you were to have a couple of cans of this, it'd get really sickly and heavy really quite quickly. And I'd imagine that Tonka character would grow and grow the more you drink it. But you're not really, probably, you might do, but you're not really going to drink loads of a beer like this. Lovely body to it. It's got this velvetiness to it, which I really, really like. Sort of like full fat milk, almost. There's this sort of, the Tonka for me is giving this almost like vanilla, coconut character. Almost like it probably exists, but maybe along the lines of like a Banty flavoured instant coffee, almost. You know, that's got like the milk powder in. It's a very distinct and specific flavour that I know, but I just can't put into words what it is. But it's sweet, but not overwhelmingly sweet. It's very rich, I would say. There is a little bit of like that coffee green earthiness there. Is there an ingredients list on this? Because I don't know if they've actually used coffee or not, or just like the malt build with the Tonka is giving that coffee flavour, but it does taste like sort of like a frappe that you get. You know, Starbucks do the little frappes in a glass. It's got that consistency, and it's reminded me of like a bastardized coffee, which I'm a big fan of. Like I said, I love, you know, going to Starbucks and Costa, and they've got the seasonal stuff. Been really, really hammering loads of iced coffee recently. What's that brand called? Arctic something. Very, very nice. There's like a slight oatiness there as well. like a grainy milk substitute flavour. Speaking of which, I picked this up while I was at the supermarket because I wanted a nice big bottle of iced coffee for work tomorrow. Cost us the big latte with oats, so I'm interested to try that. I know some people will probably question my choice of supporting a company like Costco who treats apparently their staff like utter shite. But then again, I'm giving custom to a company that just, last time I checked, doesn't pay any tax here in the UK with Starbucks. But yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I'm imperfect. I decided to come onto a video with greasy, wet hair. I've just got no pride. But I would definitely pick this up again. Very, very nice indeed. I can imagine this on cask being wonderful. So if there's actual coffee beans or any iteration of coffee in this beer or not, I think double Tonka Frappe, they've nailed it. They've absolutely nailed what you would expect this beer to taste like. Big emphasis on the Tonka. Probably one of the more Tonka forward beers that I've had for a long time. And I just like saying Tonka. It's a good, fun word to say. So yeah, Vocation, absolutely smashing it as always. Yeah. What can you say? They're putting out some really interesting like barrel aged stuff out on the website. They're always really well priced, especially compared to other breweries in the northwest and that sort of like Yorkshire area. Not all the beers hit, but then again, not every brewery their beers hit. But I've found with a brewery like Vocation, it takes a lot to be disappointed. And not to go into the whole discussion about, oh, the supermarkets are destroying craft beer. I think Vocation fundamentally have absolutely nailed it. With the likes, you know, for all their faults, Brewdog, you could say, in a way, the supermarket clientele, if you will. Although I'd still go into a Brewdog bar if there's a Brewdog beer that interests me, or see what their guest tap list is like. But yeah, Northern Monk are still producing really interesting, unique beers, but are also putting really good, high quality beers in the supermarket. And I like it when these breweries do that, but you can get those same beers direct from the brewery and whatever bars, pubs, whatever, that tap room that they own. Well, their own tap room, obviously. So you're not getting like a Faith, let's just say Faith, or Life and Death. Life and Death, if you have it at a Vocation premises or at the brewery, you're getting that same product in the supermarket when you're doing your shopping. Like Faith, when I'm in Manchester, I always seem to go to Northern Monk's bar in Manchester. And, you know, they might have had some really stupid, like, American beers on the list, or a really nice sounding new release, especially in the Patrons Project. But do you know what? A nice pint of Faith. And I'm telling you, you're getting that same quality in that can in the supermarket. There's those examples which we won't go into because I don't want to shit on any sort of brewery, really. I don't like doing that. That you can taste a clear difference. But Vocation doing really, really well. And there's no compromise. Still churning out really good, high quality beer. The core range is still fantastic. So yeah, I'm all for it, and I will definitely be picking up more cans of this in the future. Especially with Christmas coming up and you want something that's just a little bit more autumnal, winter, a little bit more cosy. This is chilled down as well, so it just adds that sort of like frappe character. Oh, it's absolutely remarkable, actually. There's a little bit of chocolate in there. Yeah, it tastes like iced coffee, like a flavoured iced coffee. And that's what they've got on the can label. And that's how they're describing it on the actual can itself. And it works fantastically. So, yeah, whether they've used coffee or not, it's exactly what it says on the can. And what more could you ask for? And to be honest, it's nowhere near drinking like an 8% ABV beer. The more I'm drinking it, the more I'm really, really enjoying it. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Nearly dropped my glass then. I did actually have this, but I forgot to review it, so I'll probably pick that up again. Anyway. Yeah, Vocation. It's very hard to fault a brewery like Vocation. Anyway, it's nearly 11 o'clock. I've not even got my lunch sorted for work tomorrow. Just see yourself out. It's fine. Just fuck off.